Hold on, we need the intro, my man. So, what do you want to go by, bro? I don't know what you want to.
Judizzle. What else do I go by?
Okay, that's what he's going by.
This is our first time meeting too.
Yeah. I've never met
this
her
is
before.
raw.
Yeah.
This is raw right here.
So we were talking, like I said,
About sexuality.
Yeah, sexuality or whatever.
He was talking about B dick and A dick.
B dick and A dick.
You said you can't give every
B-dick
chick A dick.
Or A dick. If you give a girl B dick, which is kind of like your less energetic dick, she may not stick around.
Lower echelon dick.
And then there's A dick where
upper echelon dicks.
Yeah, what you trying to get a girl to stay. You trying to get the girl to stay around.
Okay.
Now, but I found out that's fake because
I feel like if you gotta try though, man, it ain't gonna work out.
Well, anyway, no. The next subject I was getting to is 3 things that make a relationship work. I believe there's only 3 things. You only need 3 things, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship between your family. So it's the first one that everyone kind of ignores most is real communication. So we're talking, if I have a problem, you need to actually sit down with me as an adult and say, hey, this, whatever the
communication.
Whatever it may be, this is what's bothering me.
Okay.
How can we fix it? And you work it together as a couple. And then maybe at that time you can turn to her and say, okay, well, while we're fixing this,
Drew,
you
come here real quick.
Oh, you're killing me, man. We can pause it though.
Go ahead, pause it.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway.
Commit to that shit.
All right, yeah. So we back.
All right, so anyway,
all right, yeah, so
communication. So actually being able to communicate with your partner and compromise and make the decision to, come to an agreement to fix whatever problems there may be. Because if you continue to sweep it under the rug, next thing you know, the rug's gonna be floating in the air because there's so much dirt underneath of it. The second thing is trust, and I'm talking real trust. I don't want to hear, oh, she can't go out with this person because it's not that I don't trust her. I don't trust her friends. That's bullshit. You don't trust her.
So communication and trust.
You have to trust them 100%. And I can't even go into that because that's what it is. You got to trust them.
But there's certain situations that will test anybody. So
Agreed.
To say that, like, oh, I know what I'm going to do when this happens, like, you don't know until you get to that point. So it's just that there's a level of trust comes from consistency with people. If you consistently say, hey, I'm going to do this, and I see it all the time, then that's how the trust develops. You know what I mean?
Agreed. But if you have that level of communication, that's why I list communications first. If you have that level of communication with somebody, then the trust will build and stay as natural as it can be.
But I dealt with sociopaths, so communication, like, it's so
speaking of sociopaths.
And then the last I'm going to say is affection. And I don't mean sex. Now, of course, yes, have sex with your partner. Jesus Christ. Have sex with your partner. But what I'm saying in affection is, holding their hand when they ask for
But it's levels to this dick. That was the main part of the video. That is levels to this dick. And that it was the main point was that he was talking about that there's levels to this dick.
Like
I said,
you can't it's like the same thing what I forgot what the exact quote is, but it's like you're not supposed to be hitting the one that you loving. You're not the one.
Don't leave the one you love for the one you like because the one you like may love another.
I was the whole line. I was gonna say you can't treat the one that you humping the same one the way the one that you loving.
Yeah.
You
can't treat the same.
It's the whole shit. But I was saying like that.
That's agreed. Yeah, I agree with that.
So you're saying that's the levels.
There's levels to that. There's levels to different relationships.
My sexuality is my sexuality, though. I feel like my performance is gonna be what it is, like with whoever, because I'm in touch with it.
I mean, I feel
that's
you.
How I feel.
I'm not saying don't be in touch with how to give A and B dick, though.
But you want to have great sex every time you have sex, though.
Absolutely, but
regardless,
honestly,
right?
Me, sex is most sex.
It might as well be
good,
good, right?
Most sex is good.
It might as well be
sex.
good. I mean, if sometimes it's forced though, like.
Nah.
Yo, sometimes you can't just bang everything, yo.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to just ram into them like a goddamn pole.
Nah, I mean, like, even if they are gorgeous, like, sometimes you be like, yo, this chick, like, the chemistry, like, this is forced. Like,
stale.
Like, I'm banging this chick and I don't have, like, any real, like, it's only carnal, like, attraction.
So you're saying that's your B-dick, is when you don't actually have a physical or mental connection.
Either way, I mean, I can mind fuck myself to fuck her good enough. Either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I feel like, because either way, I feel like it comes down to you, yo. Like, you got to get relaxed enough to even get to that state of arousal.
I got to find my lighter.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's what it comes down to. Like, it's your performance comes down to, like, you allowing yourself to relax. Like, getting yourself to that state.
Agreed.
So, ultimately, you bring yourself to climax, you know, and you do it with a partner. You know what I mean? In a sense, like.
Agreed.
So, I feel like you might as well do it your best. You know what I mean? Like, it might as well be the best, the most fullest, and most complete. Like, you want to feel everything. You know
Right,
what I mean?
bro, but what
Regardless
I'm
of it.
saying
Regardless
is-
of what tail you're getting.
Agreed.
You
But
know?
what I'm saying is, and maybe she can help me attest to this or not, but what I'm saying is sometimes there's girls out there that you know deep down that, yeah, maybe you're having sex with them, but you know deep down that you're never going to go any further than that type of relationship with them where you just really think about having sex with them. You know, you don't have that mental or emotional connection
Yeah.
that you would want with a partner.
It's shallow. It can't get. It's not
Ex-
deeper
exactly,
than that. Yeah.
right. You
yeah.
treading in a puddle when you want to be swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I mean, if I'm gonna put out effort, yeah, I'm not saying, look, it's still B dick. It's not D dick. You know what I'm saying? It's B, as in, you know, B.
So what
not
would
as good
D
as-
dick be? Would that be like
I don't
whiskey
think it
dick?
exists. No,
Is that like
the whiskey dick would be A dick because you can't. What? Well, no, you can't get hard on whiskey. I'm thinking beer dick where you can't nut.
okay.
But
That's like the X, the
That's that
MDMA. That's the
That's that
MDMA
Yeah,
right there.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's also like female. I like I said, maybe she can help me out with this. I think females do the same thing though. There are females out there that will go and be the so-called lay, where they literally just lay there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what,
And
what are you asking me though? Like, what are you saying?
But
Like, what can I help you
do
with?
you think there are girls out there that do the same thing, that put more
Of course
effort
there is.
into certain sex with certain males and less effort into sex with
Yeah,
other
if,
males?
if you actually like the guy, you're gonna perform differently. If you don't give a fuck about him, it's just gonna be.
And that's
doing
what I'm
this for
talking
you.
about between
I'm
the A
doing
dick
you
and the
a-
B dick,
I'm
right
doing
there.
you a favor, you know.
Yeah.
But like ultimately, what I was really saying is most women are not orgasming during sex. So really, in reality, what is good sex?
Then what's the argument that women can enjoy sex to its full potential without coming?
Who the fuck made that argument?
Bitch,
Yeah.
No, like,
She said, who made
made
that
all
argument?
the fucking time.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't know,
all right.
man.
Well, then my question to you would be: is if women cannot fully orgasm during sex, then why do they continue to still have
They-
sex with a man when they
they do
can
it
get a
because-
vibrator or a rabbit that does it
Nah,
better?
I mean, you gotta, let's be honest, man. Like, nowadays, people, they're more concerned about being assholes. They think that's appealing, that's attractive, is being
Yeah,
numb
savage.
and not processing.
Savage
Like, that's just
slay.
so fucking corny. Like, not processing your emotions and walk around here like you don't feel shit. In reality, everybody feels. So
Agreed.
it's that falsehood that people are living in. So of course women will fucking keep trying because they want to feel something, and
That's
they're
agreed.
hoping like eventually maybe I'll feel it. But usually they don't, because you're not gonna feel it just through getting poked. You know what I'm saying? So
You're saying there needs to be that emotional and
yeah,
and-
if a man processes emotions, sex is usually gonna be better. If he doesn't, it's whack. So
so you're saying sensitive men are better in bed?
when I say a man that processes emotions, I don't mean sensitive. I just mean that he acknowledges that he has emotions.
So emotions is feelings, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I can
Emotions
agree
is
with that.
feelings. I'm saying emotions is feelings. So like empathy, like that's what I mean. Like you gotta really be able to feel your whole body.
And
There's got to be a level
To feel
to
the
it.
other person's body
That's
is
what I'm
my
saying,
point.
like, if you can't feel you,
You gotta be really in
cannot
touch
feel
with your
me.
body, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't.
You know what I mean? And that's
like a man would know if a woman is not gonna orgasm. He would know that, and
Yeah.
it would make him feel self-conscious, and that's
Absolutely.
what would make the sex bad. Because it's like if you keep going and you're knowing like, oh, I'm not even hitting it right. Like I don't, you know, like it's just not, we're not vibing. And it's like it's just having that realness with yourself and the other person. Relationships would like it'd be so much easier if people was just raw like that. But no, they want to play these games or act like, oh, I'm savage. I don't give a fuck about you. Like, and it's just, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's the level. That's how far we've fallen from a level of awareness with each other, like consciousness. Like, we're getting to that point now where, yes, women will sacrifice their body just to get, like, to try and feel something, because everybody's just so fucking numb. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
I
So
can
you're
agree
looking for
with that.
sensation.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
But, I mean, because this is the first time we ever met, and you definitely didn't know this before we even started this conversation. But I'm coming off of a divorce of 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
So, there was things in my relationship that I did wrong, and I admit that I did them wrong, and I'm coming to grips with the demons that I've faced through that. But there are plenty of things that she has also done wrong, and I'm coming to grips with being able to trust a female in that regard.
Yeah.
So the dating scene nowadays,
it made it hard for you to trust you because you went through that process. Okay.
yeah, like because I was with this woman for 10 years, I had no idea that anything was going on until it actually happened.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying like limiting yourself to a situation or an experience. That doesn't make you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's something you went through, but eventually you will detach from that and you are gonna start again. I don't see you
Well,
sound
that's
like
why
you're
I'm-
not gonna stay single.
that's
so.
why I'm here in Phoenix.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I just got out of an engagement a couple
Yeah.
months ago. So it's
So,
like
I feel
but
you.
that experience
I'm
is not
happily
me.
divorced for 6 years.
Yeah, so we've all been
What up?
through it. It ain't just
Yeah.
y'all. We've all been
Like, I
through
mean,
that shit.
you are always going to be the being you were with or without that person. It's just whether or not you stay consistent with yourself. Like some people, they just tap out, they blank out, and like, okay, our
And do you think-
identities are just merged now.
Do you
We're-
think
we're
that
one
leads to
person.
this savage type mindset? Like, I'm gonna be a savage, slay. Let me slay all these men. Let me slay
I
all
think
these
most
women.
people are just like at an infant stage of
Yeah, people just
development.
traumatized,
Yeah,
man.
and so they stay at that level of connection.
Yeah,
So some
people are emotionally
and you can
traumatized.
see it when they get angry. How are they behaving? Like they act
Yeah.
like kind of like, because I've seen it in family members. You know, they revert back to 8-year-old self, 5-year-old self. It just depends on how traumatic it was for them and whether or not
And how
they
much starch
process-
and how much starch they eat.
Yeah, and
So
how
how
much
much
starch they
That'll
eat,
bring it
yeah.
out of you. That'll bring it
How
out
much
of
they throwing off that temperament,
Yeah,
that temperature,
yeah.
that pH.
you. Eat a bag of chips and see how you feel in a couple hours. You're just gonna be angry as fuck.
So I mean, I agree with a lot
That
of the
frustration
statements
food.
you made.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
salty and
And we all about the same age. I'm 29, she 29,
I'm 28.
28. So we all around the same age. All been through the same shit, basically.
Yeah, but what
But
I'm
I
saying
agree.
to you,
Coming
yeah.
to grips with demons is basically the same thing as
Yeah.
being able to show your emotions and show that you've had hurt, you've processed it through. You've been angry.
You want to feel totally.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
that's what
You
you
want
want
to.
to totally feel. Like
But you know,
And I don't think anybody wants their feelings anymore.
yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
the first couple of relationships everybody goes through is like you go through that whole game process. Like, okay, now the games begin. Like, it's not really about being honest with each other. Because everybody has that level of like where they're naive. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I like you, you like me. It's simple. No, it gets deeper than that because you're dealing
oh,
with
it's
people's
deeper than that.
yeah, like their conscious level, their DNA, how they treat their body, and it gets so intense. You
Well,
know
then
what I'm
wait.
saying?
Let me give you another scenario because somebody I know, I'm not going to mention his name. Somebody very, very close to me. I know them very well. They were in the military. They met this girl from back home, and you know, he met this girl over Skype. Fell in love with her because they were attracted to each other. Maybe they vibed a little bit, whatever it may have been. Came home from leave. He got her pregnant. You know, he winded up leaving the military for
The
this
Skype broad.
for the Skype girl.
For the Skype girl.
You know,
Okay.
and they are no longer together.
Okay.
They're
I mean, the baby just had to happen, then,
the
man.
baby's happy though.
You know what
The
I'm
baby
saying?
is happy.
And I'm saying it had to
Baby's
happen.
gonna
I'm saying like that had to happen. Like that's bigger
Some
than
people
them.
merge simply
Yeah, that's like
because
bigger
of
than them. I'd be
Yeah,
thinking
it's
too
bigger.
sometimes. You know what I mean? With kids. And
But you
stuff.
know, one of the things I tried to tell this person was, you know, you really don't know this person. You have
Yeah.
to sit down and actually get to know them on an emotional level. You have to sit there and actually live with. You have to live with
Yeah.
somebody to know them, in my opinion, to truly 100% know that person.
Yeah.
Because then you see their daily habits.
What do
and
you
go,
want though? You know what I'm saying? What do you want? I feel like that's like the main thing. Like, what do
Me?
you really want? Like, what do you really want? Like, and what like because I feel like what you want for you is what you want for other people. So what do you
Oh,
really?
I always
really want?
help as many people. I like to be helped because I help everybody in the.
Now,
free
what do you
world.
want in another person? Because I feel
Me?
like I'm gonna take care of my body as the best I can. I want the other
Agreed.
person to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like,
To
what
me,
do you
it's the
want in
same
the other
three
person?
the three
Yeah.
things that I mentioned earlier
So it's
are
just-
all I really want
okay.
in a woman. I mean,
No,
of course,
you can't. No, you're not fucking no fat chicks, bro. I know it.
I
You're
have
not,
to have
bro.
a physical attraction to the person.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But
yeah.
like I
Now,
said,
I don't hold
that.
that. That's nothing. That feel it to me. That's their responsibility to express their beauty by taking care of their body. That's not to you.
Well, yeah.
I don't
what
feel
I'm
like it's
saying is,
to me. It's not. It shouldn't be fat shaming. If they accept the shame, that's on them. To me, I don't like fat chicks. You know what I mean? Like I take care of my body.
right.
And so
That's something on
yeah.
your standards.
Yeah,
now, what I'm
exactly.
saying, I mean, I take care of my body, but I'm not going to disqualify somebody because they have a little bit of extra weight. Now, like I said, I'm a
Yeah.
small dude. I'm going to let y'all
Nah.
know I'm 5'4" and 130 pounds, so I'm not a big boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely. I get it. I'm just saying like that's
so I
just
got to be careful.
yeah. But you have like physical preferences. You know what I mean?
Everybody does.
Yeah,
I
like-
mean, of course. I mean, I'm sure
And
she
how
does.
can you
She
be-
might
yeah,
like a guy with a beard and a beer gut over a guy who's ripped and jacked, or she might like the ripped and jacked guy and think the guy with the beard and the beer gut is not attractive. Maybe she likes a mix of both. Maybe she just wants a standard
But
type
you
of
know
guy.
what I really
Consciousness
wanna
is
touch
beauty
on?
to me.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
like what I really want to touch on is when you were talking about how they met, you know, via Skype or whatever. It's like you have people are linking up unnaturally. You know what I'm saying? Like because you
Agreed.
can't gauge nothing from the
You
screen.
can gauge
right?
what they look like
You like
and what
what
they
if the
sound
person
like.
you
In
get
pieces,
around them
yeah.
and you don't like how they
Yeah.
smell or they have a weird I don't know they're broke like you won't know these things until you get in person. But it's like people are initiating entire relationships. They go from A to Z in like 3 months and then they wonder why like what the fuck just happened. It's because you just threw yourself into something
Yes.
based off of what like off of like a
A-
I don't know, just an image,
Almost
like in an
a
idea.
make-believe
You know what
relationship. I
I'm
agree.
saying? So
That's
it's
something I
like,
agree
Yeah.
with.
so really, is the mistake all that complicated? No, it's just people they want to rush into it based off illusion.
They
'Cause
want the
the lie
American
is
dream
sexy,
as
right? The lie is attractive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I just feel like our idea of sexuality has been taught to us by people that's like quasi homosexuals and a lot of a lot of that. You know, I feel you said recessive traits.
Recessive.
Yeah, no, for real. I feel like a lot of our like sexuality way has been taught. I feel like the things that we've been taught and the you know the images we've been given as far as beauty,
Oh yeah.
they're definitely skewed, man. Like it's definitely like
Very
Yeah.
limited,
you
very
can't.
limited.
Yeah, I don't know.
I agree 100%.
And it really shaped us. Like I'm infected. Like I'm infected, yo. Like it's like that's the infection. I feel
Well,
like
what
it's
you're
deep.
talking about is people have been conditioned to fall in love with each other's body as opposed to their minds
Yeah.
or the way they live their life or their
We're talking about
ideals or
imagery
their
too,
morals.
though.
Yeah.
Like it's to the point where women are actually mutilating themselves to match a doctored image, like
Yes.
a Photoshop image.
And I don't think
and
that's
people
right.
have lost sight of even what's real anymore. That's men and women. So now you
Agreed.
have this age where Instagram. I mean, people are building entire careers off of lying. Like you can meet these people in real life and they don't look like that at all. But that's what I'm saying.
I
It's
know
to
that
that point now where people
Yeah.
we're building like
Catfishing is real.
fucking horrible foundations, like, and then it's based off of nothing. Like it's based off of just perceptions, you know, and it's
Agreed.
very enticing. Like to just the idea of not knowing is what drives people to another person. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
I don't know
They
anything
wanna
about
know-
you,
yeah,
but
they wanna
I
know
love
more.
you. I guess that's how people process. I don't
Well,
know.
as I was saying, so you went back to you wouldn't be with a fat chick. Look, of course I'm going to be attracted to a
I
certain
mean, it's
body.
a certain threshold to
Of
that.
course.
It's
Now,
a certain threshold to
I
that,
would
yeah.
much rather fall in love with somebody's mind. Now, to me,
That's what I mean. I feel like the body is the mind, though. Like you got a
The
sloth
body is the
mind
mind, I
if
can-
you feel like you can accept that weight, man. That's how I feel. I
mean-
feel like you don't have to accept that, man. Like you should have a standard for
I
yourself.
think everyone should take care of their body, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I can't expect it of anyone. I'll never expect it. I'll never be like, yo, man, run up on some fat dude in the street and be like, yo, man, get your life together. I'm not going to just yell on
Eating
somebody.
them donuts
Yeah, I'm not going to treat
in
him
front of
bad.
me.
Yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? If he can, like, you know, and if it was like, I wouldn't discriminate in any way like that if somebody's fat. If they can do a job that I need done, I'm going to pay them the same if they're fat or not. I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying as far as my preference and spouse.
Your
I need to-
standards is what
Yeah,
you're talking about. Your
yeah.
standards for a woman is
Yeah.
she needs to take care of her body because
Yeah.
you do.
I feel like it comes
You
with
expect that.
a
That
certain
is your
mind.
expectation.
Yeah, I feel like a certain mind comes with that. though.
Well, the mindset. Maybe
Yeah.
she needs to have, as
It's
much
just-
respect for her body as you have for yours. You know
Why
what I
would
mean?
Yeah.
Why would you
Definitely.
share your space with a being that goes in the exact opposite of you? I'm not saying you need to marry yourself, but in reality, it's like you're working together apparently, right? So if you're going the other way and the person's going that way, it's like it's not going to work, and eventually y'all are just gonna clash and you're gonna hate each other because it's like you're
Agreed.
trying to change me or whatever.
Do you think
know what I'm saying?
astrological signs have anything to do with that?
I mean, everything matters. Where you were born, when you were born, how you were born, how your mother took care of herself when she was impregnated with you. You know, all these things when she was carrying you. Like it's really deep.
Breastfed or
Yeah.
bottle fed? Yeah, out of nowhere.
What
Like,
the sex was
seriously.
like, what the position was,
Everything.
all that,
how
yeah, straight
your
up.
parents was, fucking each other when they made you. It's really
Yeah.
that deep. And if it was,
Yeah.
it stemmed from hate. You imagine what, like, the mother when she's carrying the child. There's so many neurotransmitters that's getting transferred to that baby, and it can damage them in so many different ways. Like
So you're
your
saying
hy-
that's like the source of depression or anger management
it's-
issues?
a
or
lot of
something?
times it's happened long before you even manifested in the physical, state. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's
Like,
because
before-
you become the product of your environment at all times.
Yeah.
At all times, especially as a child.
I don't think you can separate it, man, the creator from the created. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really feel like
I
it.
agree, because there's things
Yeah.
that I am like my mom about, and there's things I am like my dad about, and there's nothing I can do to change that.
Yeah.
It's just the way I was raised and what I've seen every day from the time I was a baby to the time I was
That's why we
29 years
yeah.
old, you know?
That's why we say like you were the energy that brought your parents together.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
Like
sure,
you,
yeah.
that was you and shit.
Cause like with my mom, like she's Filipino, so she came from a rough life, like a real rough life, and then, with the way that my dad interacted with me and raised me, like I'm more balanced in a sense, like with feminine and masculine, energy, so I can see where the combination comes into play, and that's me. You know what I'm saying? So they live through me in so many different ways.
Yeah,
But-
definitely. I definitely, your ancestor. You are what? 4 grandparents, 8 great grandparents. Like that's it. Like that's what you are. You know what I mean? Like, so. I don't know. It's and then everything connects though. Everything is coming from the same source and going back to the same source. So, I really don't even trip on shade like I used to. Honestly, it's not like I really, honestly, like I said though, like have you experienced how many black women you been with?
None.
See, I feel like that's discrimination against my man.
Not
yeah.
because I haven't.
Put him on the spot.
Time
Yeah,
out.
it
Time out.
discriminates.
Not because I haven't wanted to. Just
No, I think that's what I'm saying.
Haven't.
I feel like they discriminate. You know what I'm saying? Or like it's just a lot. Either way, like I feel like it's a lot of discrimination because people,
You trying to say black women
people,
discriminate?
not necessarily personally.
maybe
I feel
against
like
my white.
I feel like
race. No,
nah.
I'm just kidding.
I feel like in a sense like they won't put themselves in an environment that you might be in. Like they're like already
Yeah,
discriminatory
maybe.
against the environment and vice versa.
What do you
I
mean?
mean, I'm a metalhead, so that's is
Yeah,
that
like
what you-
I'm
I
not,
listen-
and I'm discriminating.
you're
I'm a
saying?
discriminate. I'm discriminating. I don't listen to metal. I'm discriminating. I'm not. You're not gonna catch me at that. You're not gonna. I don't
I'm
judge
saying,
it.
like, you
Census
would
fail, boy.
reside in the same spaces anyway, though. So I don't know if people are consciously avoiding certain interactions. They probably are. But I'm saying you gotta understand, like, the way that this country is engineering people to behave, and it's based off of you gotta look like me in order for me to feel comfortable gravitating towards you.
Yeah, it's almost like you're a liability.
Yeah,
like, if I, can
but
see,
I don't know
like
you
if you
and-
black as fuck and you bring a white boy to Watts or
Yeah.
something.
Oh shit.
He's a liability. Like you,
Yeah.
I mean, you like that's a
Well,
liability.
shit, I'm
at that
cool.
point, yeah.
I mean,
You might be cool
in Chester. I was cool in Chester, PA,
I'm sure.
for the longest time.
I'm
bro.
sure, yo. I'm sure, but it's different breeds of ignorance all over.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
that's
and
true,
I
that's
just
true.
feel like that, like, you know, you might be cool. You could be the coolest dude, yo. It doesn't matter, yo. In places with desperation like that, like so. You know, it's like, I don't know. I can understand like why it gets tribal just because we all been like zoned off in that way. You know
we
what I
all
mean?
been colonized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've all been
Yeah.
put into sections, and this is this, and
Yeah.
this is that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
So, what's your preference of girl though? You ain't got no preference or nothing like that? Because I know now I look like the bad guy. Now I
I
look
know,
like a racist.
no, skin
I look
color.
racist.
Hey,
Yeah,
fat.
I don't
I
like
mean,
fat
hey.
bitches. You know what I'm saying?
No, I like skin color means absolutely nothing to me. I like a girl that likes to do the same things that I would like to do. So I mean, I'm a video gamer. I'm a dork.
Okay, so what's your perfect life? You got a minute. So give me your perfect day and your perfect life.
A perfect day, perfect life. So I'd be married. I'd have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. You know, I'd own a small house. I don't want no riches or all that stuff. I want a 3-bedroom rancher with a finished basement.
Self-contained.
You know what I mean? I'd have my German Shepherd here with me. I miss my dog. And I just have a nice 40-hour-a-week job that actually paid the bills, and have a good family life. That's all I really want.
So what's the best day for you then? Like
That
what-
would be the best day. Go to
Just
work, come home. My kids are happy to see me. They did good in school.
Word.
I own 2 cars, and I'm paying on my house.
Pure patterns. Simple, pure patterns.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 1 vacation a year, and that's
Okay.
it. And I'd
Okay.
be happier than, as they would say, a pig in shit. I'd be happier than a pig in shit.
All right, word.
40 scam.
Word. So what's your IG for all the chicks that want to bang him? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Throw it up.
IG, I think it's Drew Diz 8 or Drew Dizzle 8. It's around Justin Davidson. There you go.
there you go. Yeah.
Recently single, so he's ready to mingle.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's why his video is up, I guess.
yeah, right. Maybe
No, this
too much
joint-
trying to help me
I know,
out.
I
a
like
little
this
bit.
joint we got real, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
truth is good though. Real
Yeah.
eyes recognize real lies, man. Truth
Yeah.
is good.
For real, man. Anything y'all want to say? Anything like that? Any questions y'all got? Anything else y'all want to say in particular about relationships? We got like a minute and a half, man.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually timed out. How much time we have?
Yeah, it's at 22 and a half minutes or 22 and 49.
I think we could.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're 2020 Tantra on Amazon. Arbut Vegan on Amazon. ROYALT512 at yahoo.com. Info in the description.
Later.